Hello and welcome to Your Unique Career Personality Blueprint. This week we're getting into the meat of what it looks like to create a brand based on your unique design, your human design, using the BG5 business professional application of your design. So we are really here to make this very practical for you. Practical solutions for real world problems that we deal with as entrepreneurs, transitions to being entrepreneurs, and everywhere and anything in between that. This week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we're going into different aspects of the lines of your design, which is really where the details come in, and all the juice of how you're designed. So very, very going to be very inspiring, and yeah, you'll get a lot of details and insight into what you're exactly designed to do. So when we get into brand, I'd like to just share a little bit about my brand, so you can feel like what the brand is that I'm bringing you into, because I'm a my design, what's it called? Design conscious core essence, which is the main energy that you're bringing around your brand. Mine is transformation. So really the brand that I've designed is bringing you guys transformation, bringing this community transformation. And I've gone through a lot of transformation. I've gone through lots of different programs that bring transformation, like the Landmark Forum and the team programs, and NLP with MER, so neuro-linguistic programming and mental emotional release, which gets into the subconscious mind, which we were talking about before we started recording, and how everything is basically locked inside your subconscious mind. And this design system, which we're looking at, this chart, it actually maps out your mind for you. So on the right side in the black is your conscious mind, and on the left side in the red is subconscious. So it's more what you feel in your body versus in your mind. On the right side, you're more conscious of it, you're aware of it, that you have those gifts. The left side, not so much. People might bring it out in you. So when it comes to your brand, I know what it's like to feel stuck in something that looks successful on the outside, but might not feel aligned on the inside. So I lived in that tension and that pressure and that push. And I had built something that I thought was really fun, but I wasn't aligned totally in what I had created. And so a lot of what I've gone through to create this, what I'm creating now, is like the ultimate life work of what I'm designed to do, which is to bring transformation to you so that you can transform into this like conditioned way where we're all living kind of like blind to this hidden potential that we have underneath the surface that we can now see. Is like, oh my goodness, like it's been there all along. And now we have this system that actually shows us what we're designed to do, which is thrilling, to be able to redesign our life based on that. And no one's going to tell you how to do it better than how you're designed to do it. It's not something that you just build. It's something that you uncover, and that you uncover little by little by little. And this has been for me about 5 years in the making. I started studying this about 2020 or so. So it takes time to decondition, but the more that you can work through your subconscious mind, your programming, your negative emotions, limiting beliefs, the faster you can speed up this process and start to live your design, not just learn about how you're designed to do it, but actually start to embody it, which is more of the subconscious side of your design. So tonight we're going to get into your your brand. So I will bring up the chart so you can see how this works. Let's see. All right, can you guys see? What are you guys seeing? Are you seeing the outline?
Yeah, we see it.
You see it? Okay, great. All right, so I'm gonna fast forward here to the week that we're on. So we have gone through a lot already. We've gone through all of the lines, the 5 lines, the profile, and all of this is in the recording in the Facebook group, so you can go back and check it out there. But we went through last week. We went through your public role, which is the lines in your chart. So on the right side, the decimal, and on the left side, the decimal. So it'll be like, for me, it's a 5-1. But for you, you'll have the right side, which is your conscious side, and then the left is the unconscious. And so that will create your public role. And so we went through all of that, which kind of gives you an overview of what you're designed to do. And then today we're going through your brand and how your conscious core essence on your right side, on the conscious side, is the overview of your brand. And then in the PDF guide that you got, it goes through each of the lines in your brand, and then your actual number gives you more depth and more insight into your brand. So yeah, this is kind of like the main part of your brand, of like the overview, or what you're bringing into the world. So for me, what I'm bringing into the world is essentially, and it depends on where it is. So the 60 is in the root, which is the drive and stamina. So I bring kind of a starting energy for people. Like it's energy of this root energy coming up that creates transformation and breaking through limitations. And so anytime we have limits, we can transform and transcend and have a breakthrough. And so my brand is literally bringing you breakthroughs. So that's why I was wondering, like, what breakthrough do you want? Because literally that's what we're here to do. Is for you to have transformation and breakthrough. And there's a lot in the root. There's a lot of energy of just like waiting. It's almost like a seed or an energy that's waiting to come up. And so depending on where your number is in your chart, in your body, there's an energy to that as well. So I bring drive and stamina to the brand of helping people start things. I'm a catalyst. So in this part of the body, it's starting things. If it's in your communication center, or in your throat, and it's more about communication and action and speaking and being a speaker. If it's in your center, in that center square, then it's more about identity, bringing identity and giving people direction. But for the line 5 in leadership, it's about leading people to a transformation. So would you guys like to share what yours are? And then we can kind of look at that. In this slide, it shows you kind of an overview of your brand based on the lines. So for mine, I'm a 5. So my brand is about bringing wisdom and solutions and guiding you, bringing guidance, and balancing listening with action to bring solutions to your audience. So that's literally what we're doing here. There's a dog barking party going on right now. All the dogs in the neighborhood are barking at the same time. Would anybody like to share your brand, your line? Like, what is yours, Kevin? What on your conscious core essence? What is the number and the line there for you?
Let's see, what number was that?
It's on the top right of your chart, on the top right,
Oh, okay, 63.
under E.
Oh, under E, I got 14.5.
14.5. Okay. So I can look up in the main book by Ra himself. I can look up for you what 14 is. 14 is power skills. I know that much. So it's possession in great measure, the accumulation and retention of power through skilled interaction, coupling grace and control. And then 5 is the ever-present risk inherent in the positions of power, innate dignity that is a key to power. So yeah, 14 is power skills, bringing power skills to people. And then the 5 is wisdom and solutions and guidance, which you said you're creating a coaching business. And so that fits in perfectly with that. Your brand is essentially guiding people with
Nice.
Possession in great measure, power skills. Yeah.
Awesome.
How does that land for you?
It seems accurate. It seems accurate.
Accurate? Okay. Yeah. So the more you look up these numbers and these energies and the frequencies, you can kind of start to synthesize it. You know, there's different sites have different information on each number and each line. And so you can start to play with words that make sense for you, and how you can apply that. But essentially your brand, the personality of your brand is bringing wisdom and solutions and guidance to your people through what you create. And then if you look at the 14 is in the energy resource. So that's a power skill. That's like the power to create and create content and to bring a lot of energy and creativity to your people.
Awesome.
Yeah. 14 is one of the money gates as well. So there's a lot of money potential there for you as well. You'll be happy to know.
Just waiting for that to tap in. Waiting for that to tap in.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you don't know that you have these certain traits and skills, and then it's just kind of, it's like latent talent. So, you know, once you know that you have it, then you can start to activate it.
Wow.
Yeah. Roman or Maureen, would you guys like to chime in on your brand? Anything that you'd like to share about what your brand is, or you have any kind of insights or anything you'd like to share about your brand?
Well, brand is the conscious core essence.
Yes. So the decimal after your conscious core essence. Yeah.
I got 4.
4.
What was 12.4 on my
4.
conscious side?
What is it? 4.4?
12.4.
Oh, 12.4. Okay. So feelings, heart, opening people up, tapping into people's emotions, openness, honesty, romancing your tribe, and then falling in love with your community and helping them connect more deeply. So your brand is really bringing the heart and the feelings, deep emotional impact. People come to you because they want to feel something. an experience where they feel something. Yeah. And then you said the 12. So the 12 is essentially standstill and caution. So it's the importance of meditation and inaction. Yeah, and it says the ability to foresee and express the need for social interaction and an end to caution. The ability to foresee and plan for the end of standstill. So for you, caution is kind of a way of life, and for you to bring caution to your community and what is it, heart? Yeah, I mean, I could actually see you bringing the depth of emotion from meditation, and how it's really important for people to tap into meditation and to feel the emotion, tap into the emotion, tap into the visualization, tap into their inner self, and really feel that emotion, and for you to practice that yourself.
Tap into meditation and my emotion.
What's that?
Tap into to tap into meditation and emotion.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. Does that land?
Yeah. Yeah.
Kind
I
of.
mean,
Tell us more about heart. How do you feel about the heart being your brand? Opening people up.
well, I mean, it still feels like foreign. Um, but I mean, that's how I got my kids back during my particular past. I just let my heart guide me. So I mean, it lands with me, but like as far as like right now in this timeline and like where I'm at and my corporate job and where I'm like wanting to go, it's very like entangled. I'm like working to make sense of it. But I
Mhm.
mean, it lands. Like I have a lot of passion, a lot of heart.
Mhm.
I care a lot about people's success and people's uh, being like triumphant over their situations. I mean, it
Mhm.
lands. It's also like a foreign language still.
Yeah. And you know, a lot of this is like we're comfortable in how we've been doing things. You know how people say like get out of your comfort zone? Well, we're in a certain comfort zone, and what we're doing is we're creating a new comfort zone.
Yeah,
It's really about becoming comfortable and becoming who we're designed to be versus being comfortable in like uncomfortable, or comfortable in this life that we don't actually want to be living anymore. Doing the things that we've been doing kind of on autopilot, or somehow we got into this work and we've just been doing it, and now we're just like finally waking up to how we're designed, and it's about becoming comfortable doing new things. So yeah, we're not necessarily comfortable because we're just starting to be comfortable with it. You're like comfortable in the old comfortable, if that makes sense.
it does. It's coming around.
Good.
Like things in life are kind of like requiring me to be home and sit in the silence, no matter how much I try to plan and do things. So it's interesting how things are kind of like panning out right now.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's your brand. That's your overall brand, is like helping
Stay
people
home.
connect with the standstill, meditation, their emotions. And
Hmm.
it's really, really important to, in the book of Joshua, when God is leading them into the promised land, what he says is meditate and you will be prosperous and successful. Meditate on my word day and night and you'll be prosperous and successful. So it's literally about meditation on what he says over and over and over, meditating on where we're going, what he's saying, on the promises, to be led into where we're going. It's meditation and it's emotion. I think a lot of times we leave out the emotion. When you say affirmation, when I say affirmations, I mentioned affirmations, it's really important to say it and feel it. Like Tony Robbins, he's big on NLP, neuro linguistic programming. And it's all about the emotion. You can't just say, I'm a millionaire. I'm a millionaire. I'm going to be a millionaire. Like he would say, I am a millionaire. I am strong. I am powerful. I can do this. Like, or whatever your affirmation is. Like, I love myself. I love myself. I am a powerful leader. When you say it, you just say it with emotion. You don't have to scream it, but make sure you feel it. And it's because when you feel it, your mind, you start to transform your mind. Your mind needs two things: repetition and emotion, your subconscious mind. So you need to say it over and 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 over. And then you shift into the identity of it. So repetition and emotion, you've got to feel it. So it's really important that people get that, the heart, the feeling. It's a big part of it. The transformation. And Maureen, would you like to share anything about your brand? I forget what you were. I think you were a 2-4 or something.
I'm a 2-4, but I'm 55-2. Yeah, 55-2 is my the first one.
So your passion.
Chorus.
Yeah, you had started out the call saying you wanted to be more passionate, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's very interesting. I don't know. Did you make that connection before this call?
No.
You didn't?
No. So it's about me tapping into that part of myself again.
Absolutely. Yeah, becoming passionate as a as a 2-4, like you're designed to tap into your own passion first, and then you mesmerize your people, with your brand with your own passion. It's that image. It's mesmerizing them with style and performance and this like enrapturement and embodiment of emotion and movement.
Yeah, makes sense. That's when I feel most alive, is when I'm feeling it.
Beautiful. Has there ever been a time when you did feel that passion, and what were you doing?
Well, there's also in my chart is about in the moment, in the present, now. So it could be any situation, not necessarily what I'm doing, my work per se, that I've felt passionate and been like that. Leading certain things when you spoke about the team management and leadership program when I was the team leader in that course. That was, I really felt very much myself then.
I did not know that you're on team management leadership program, that you're a team leader.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
So, cool. Okay. Yeah. Thanks for reminding me through all of this for me to access this now.
Yeah, no, you're designed to be passionate and, like let yourself go, like allow yourself to come alive around people because they want that from you.
Yeah.
They're looking to you for passion. So if it's also important that you follow something that you're passionate about, because your whole brand is designed to be passionate. So if you're doing something where you're like, ho hum, blah, 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 not really into this, not gonna happen.
Right. Yep. And that's kind of where I am now. So
yeah.
Okay, great.
Like, when we come into the system, we're all kind of like reality check, like, oh, yeah, like.
Okay.
So, but there's a path, there's a tunnel, and we just taking the steps every day. Yeah. Okay. So, line 1 is boldness, 2 is passion, 3 is humor. Because again, 3 is a lot of trial and error. So you get to laugh at yourself with all the trial and error. With like my ex was a 3-5, and there was a lot of error with that line 3. All good though. We learn how we learn. 4 is heart and feelings, 5 is wisdom and solutions, and 6 is vision and education and changing their worldview. All right, so that is the brand. Next, we're going to go into your vocation and your desk work. So if you look on your chart, this is your M on the left side. So it's more of an unconscious energy that you experience in your body. And M stands for maturing energy. So you're not necessarily going to be mature in this area or recognize this part about yourself. It's something you grow into. So line 1 is production or content creation, originality, and the script writer. 2 is marketing or the agent. 3 is strategy, the producer. 4 is sales, the director. 5 is management, the promoter. And 6 is philanthropy, the investor. And so the first one is production and content creation, which is what I have. And so I have been growing into creating content, which is essentially what I'm creating with this. I'm creating content. I'm writing emails. I'm creating content. And so for me, I'm expanding into this originality production, which is what you're seeing, which is what I'm designed to do. And I love doing it. But for me, it's just like I'm stretching. I love doing it, but it's a stretch because it's what I'm designed to do every day. It's your vocation is your desk work. This is like day to day, day in, day out. What are you actually doing at the desk? And content creation it could be art. I love making art and painting, drawing, writing. And the theme is creating something new from personal experience or vision. So it's learning to develop an original voice in your own creativity. So for me, it's synthesizing my own artwork, my graphic design, my knowledge, my wisdom, this brand, all the systems I've learned, NLP, and then bringing something kind of new and original for people to experience. And I've definitely experienced this struggle of not original enough, second guessing myself, second guessing my ideas. But I'm here to bring new scripts, reframe old narratives in fresh ways. And as I mature, become a wellspring of innovative content frameworks and teachings. So essentially what I'm doing is I'm making this design system very, very practical, and then making NLP more practical, which I'm bringing in more NLP so you guys can understand how the subconscious mind works, because it's really running the show. The majority, 95, 6, 7, 8% of what we do every day, how we think, how we act, our patterns, our habits, it's all subconscious. It's emotions, pictures in our head, and the words that we speak, the way we feel, but we can rewrite that. So for people with this, a daily practice is to write daily, to capture spontaneous downloads, experiment with formats, and trust the value of your story. Kevin, what is your line and number?
For M, on the unconscious side, I got 38.4.
So you're a 4. Okay, so we'll get to you in a minute. So you're the sales director.
Okay. Interesting.
Gonna get real interesting. Yeah. So what was the number you said? 38?
Yeah, 38.
38. Okay, so that plays into it also. 38.4. Okay,
And
so go ahead.
what page of the book are you looking this up? Because I just got a copy of the book and I was trying to follow along because I want to be able to decode this on my own. Or do you really need to be trained to decode it?
Oh, you mean the PDF guidebook?
Yeah. Or
Um,
no, the actual book. You said what's the name of the book that's in your hand?
this one is the Human Design Science of Differentiation by Ra Review, the guy who wrote the system.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So I was just curious what page you're flipping to when you pull up this information, I guess.
Oh, so they're in the back, like in the 300s, they go through each number.
Okay.
So like 12, 13, 14, so on.
Okay.
So I'm going to that, and then it has the line also. So if you're a 12-1 versus 12-5, it'll say like 12-1, like for Roman is like a 12, Roman's a 12 4, but if it was a 12-1, it would be a different energy, for example.
Got it.
Yeah. And then so for me, my vocation, my desk work is a 14-1, which was your conscious core essence, which is possession in great measure. So for me, I'm creating power skills. And it's this money of line 1 that money isn't everything. And so what that means for me is like I've got to be creating something that I'm really passionate about, because it's not about the money. Like for me, it's more about the creation of the content, the artwork, and it's not like the money. Like it's like I have to be doing something that I'm actually engaged in, that I love. And so creating content that I enjoy creating it is what's most important for me as a 14-1. So not everyone's going to be the 14, but where it is in your body, the number, and then the line is going to give you like really clear direction on what you're designed to be doing every day. So that was line 1. And then line 2 is marketing, the agent. So promoting other people in a way that is exciting and, creates connection. And these people can start out hesitant to put themselves out there and undervalue their offers. So remember, it's like maturing. So we're maturing into this. Your maturity path is to become a master at pitching energy in a way that feels aligned. The book Pitch Anything is great. I highly recommend that book, especially as a marketing person. You're here to see the magic in someone and something else and amplify that. And as you grow, you'll magnetize opportunities by how you speak, share, and position. And then a daily practice is articulating value, sharing others' work you believe in, and then speaking your message out loud and testing and tweaking your messaging regularly. And then I think, Roman, you're a 3. Is that right? Line 3? Yeah. So this is yours, is the strategy
54-3.
producer. What's that?
54-3.
54-3. Okay. 54. 54 is drive. So that's in the root. Covert interaction.
54.
Fueling ambition.
Mm.
So strategy is seeing the bigger picture and orchestrating systems for success. So starting out, you might avoid planning or overplan out of fear of chaos, but you're here to develop strategic foresight and refine your ability to produce outcomes. And as you mature, people will come to you to bring their ideas to life with precision.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. You learn how to reverse engineer dreams into actionable timelines. And a daily practice for you could be to prioritize tasks based on vision and build systems that support flow. And then review your week like a producer prepping for a launch. So the girl who produced the festival, or the fashion show at the festival that I produced in San Diego, she has a line 3. And so as a strategist, it was so remarkable what she did. Like, she brought in girls from Instagram. She found people on blogs and websites. I mean, she reached out to so many people. She was able to organize all of these models and makeup artists and designers, and we did like a casting call. We had just all these events kind of leading up to the main event, and then like she brought all these models in and makeup artists and hair, and she got girls to bring in free stuff. Like, we had this one girl who just did glitter. Like, all the girls in the show had like titty glitter. Like, it was all about glitter. Like they had basically pasties and glitter, and like that was it. Like, pasties, no tops, and glitter. And it was amazing. The photos were amazing. And she was a strategist. So she was able to strategize this whole fashion show. And it was really, really amazing because together I was able to guide her and help bring it out of her, because she didn't have the platform. She had the ability, and I needed somebody to be able to strategize. So I was the guide, she was the strategist, and we just made a great team. We would stay up till 3, 4, 5 in the morning working together on this stuff. The world was asleep. We were up, like, strategizing together, and it was fantastic. So that's a little insight into strategy. You guys are capable of many, many great things. Is there anything you'd like to add to that, Roman?
No.
No? Okay. So 4 is sales, which is the director. And the theme is directing energy towards decisions, conversions, and commitments. So you might start out feeling awkward selling or struggle with directing others at first, but you're maturing into learning how to confidently lead people toward action. And you're here to own your authority and guide others with conviction and clarity. And as you develop, you become magnetic by being unapologetically clear and direct. So as a daily practice, you can start making offers daily. Like, you're trying to get more clients, so you could just start making offers and lead with value and clarity. Like, be really clear on your offer and bring a lot of value. And then make clear, empowered invitations. And then also what you could do is you could practice role playing. And that would help you to grow in confidence.
Sounds good.
Yeah? Is there anything else you'd like to add to that?
No, that sounds pretty accurate.
Yeah. Where are you in this scale? Like as far as like your being in sales or being a director and feeling awkward being in sales, or actually leading with clarity? Like, where are you at on the grid?
I've sold other things in the past, but I just feel kind of weird about selling coaching, I guess. But I think with time, the confidence will be there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah.
just
Well,
need to
anything
start
that you're
pitching.
doing new that you're new at, you kind of go through the not being very good at something stage until you become kind of good at it, and then you can become great at it. But you have to go through just starting.
Right.
I think it was Hermosi. He said you could become pretty good at anything in like 20 hours, but most people don't start the first hour.
Oh, wow.
They put off the first hour for years. Yeah. So yeah, we just got to start and get into the practice of, like we were talking about, getting more comfortable with these things that we're starting to see about ourselves that we're not necessarily comfortable with. We haven't been We haven't been living this way, but our eyes are open. It's like, oh, we're actually designed to be like this. My sister is a management, a line 5, the promoter, and she's been in basically management roles for most of her life. She owned the Good Feet store, and so they grew the Good Feet store all over America. They were shut down in 2020, which was devastating. Just because they weren't online, so they got totally shut down. But they were doing very, very well. She's moved on into another position, but she was the manager of the Good Feet stores, and they expanded all over America doing management in that role. And the theme of management is uplifting people and processes through energetic, empowering oversight. And starting out, you might resist management roles early on or feel overwhelmed by responsibility, but the evolution is in becoming an inspiring promoter, elevating others to shine. And you're learning how to manage with care and clarity and consistent encouragement. And people look to you to organize, energize, and uplift a team or a process. Daily practice can be to acknowledge wins, give people roles based on strengths, which is useful to know about this system because it's very strengths based, putting people in the right position, connecting the right people with the right people. And then checking in with your own energy to lead from overflow and not burnout. So that's line 5 on unconscious maturing energy. And then line 6, I believe that Maureen is a line 6, which is philanthropy and the investor. And the theme of this is investing resources like time, energy, money into long-term impact and value. So things that you really believe in. And you may feel fear or uncertainty around money, impact, or giving early in life. And then over time, you develop wisdom around how to sow into the right things. You're learning to discern value, trust, generosity, and create ripple effect results. And as you mature, you're called to be a steward of wealth, wisdom, and opportunity. And then a daily practice for you is to track energy, money, investments, practice wise generosity, and then you can ask, what will multiply from this? And think long term. So again, like the lines, so like line 1 to line 6, line 1 is kind of on the ground and line 6 is on the rooftop. So line 6 is always sort of this broad overview of everything. And then line 1 is doing all of the research groundwork. And then it goes through the spectrums. So does that land for you, Maureen? For the philanthropy investor for your maturing energy?
Yes.
Yes. Anything you'd like to add?
I'm always looking at the big picture. You know, I try to zoom out, rather than get in the weeds and in the planning and all that. So that definitely rings true. Whether I've done all this stuff like this, no, but it's it feels right.
It's humbling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. All right, well, let's move then into we have a few minutes before the hour, so like we can move into your allies and your team and who you're designed to work with. So this is your unconscious personal law and protection. So it's under on the left side of your chart. It's going to be under L. And let me see where. Your culture. So your culture is a mix of things. It's your allies, like the types of people you want to work with, the types of team you want to bring on. It's your leadership style, and then your ideal client. So it's all wrapped up in your culture. So line 1 is the individual or entrepreneur. Line 2 is partnership. So you're designed to work with another person, the right partner. Line 3 is the unit, so 3 to 15 members in your business. Line 4 is the network, 15 plus members. You're designed to work with a large business. And then 5 is society, like speaking to the masses. And then 6 is a new system, the witness or the wise one.
This interesting. I saw this from another place here because I'm a 4 in this, the network 15 plus members. I kind of resist that or shy away from it. But when I was the team leader on team, we had the largest team ever. I had over 100 people on my weekends.
100
So
people on your what? On your
at the first weekend where I was a team leader, there was over 100 people, and I had 70 something people on my team.
wow, that you had
Team
created
one.
within team?
Oh, I'm sorry?
That you
What?
had created within team? You had 70 people on your team?
No, in the team management and leadership program, not my game, but on team. Yeah, I had the largest team ever.
Oh,
In
like when you were the team leader.
yeah.
That says a lot, Maureen.
I hadn't even remembered that or saw that when that I just thought of that when you said that. So that's actually remembering that is really big for me right now. So yeah,
Yay.
thank you.
That's beautiful. And a lot of this is just remembering who you are,
Yeah.
revealing who you are. You get to like see yourself newly and like and actually the light. Yeah. So mine is 6, the new system. So and I've always wondered, like, why do I create things that are so different than like, why can't I just like follow what everyone else is doing? And I can't. Like, I'm literally designed to bring something new and completely different. Like, nobody else that I know of brings NLP and transformation of mental emotional release, this really deep transformative work with the design system, let alone the BG5, the business practical application of it. So like I'm really designed to bring something really different, a new system. And even with what I built in San Diego, I created an art and music festival that taught artists how to make a living from their unique self-expression. And I created a art and music and fashion festival with comedy and all these things that like people didn't bring into festivals. And I've always just been like creating things that are really different, like off the wall. And it's just embracing that, I guess. Yeah. Not everyone understands it. I surely didn't understand it for the longest time. Okay, and then the number before that, so as my 31, I have the 31, which is in the throat, which is leadership. And so this was really big for me to discover this, that because we get this in like parts and pieces, and it's like, well, just have an aha at any given moment, like what Maureen just said, like this is really big for me to just get this right now, because we can like suppress parts of us or whatever it is, and then realize like we're actually designed for greater than how we've been living. And so like for my chart, I'm 31, which the 31 is the gate of leadership. So I'm like designed to create a culture of leadership. So I've been starting to speak up lately in my posts about leadership And I was having the same insight, Maureen, about when I did team management and leadership programs. Like the greatest thing I ever did was creating ArtPad. Was I was in the team management and leadership program, and I was calling out leadership in people. I was bringing out people's leadership. I was bringing teamwork into what I was doing. And I created a culture of leadership. And it's like, no wonder it grew up to mushroom out to be so big in this huge 700-person festival. I did it in like 4 months. We started in February, I think. I started the first conversation with my friend with a 3-hour conversation with my team member, Leslie. And March, April, May, June, July, 5 months. And we created a 700-person festival in 5 months. Created a team of 12 leaders, just did this whole thing. But I was like working according to my design unknowingly, creating leaders and leadership and team and teamwork. So, and I'm designed to create and work with people who are stepping into their leadership and leading by their sovereign leadership, which is we're going into a new age of the individual. Like we're in a kind of in a vibration until 2027 of tribe, and we're going solo. So the energy is the background frequency is shifting, and people really get to understand that and step into their leadership of their design. So I think it's very exciting times that we live in, that we have this information now before the ball drops, or however you want to say that. The hammer or whatever. And it's going to be very dramatic, I think, the shift that's coming. So we get to prepare with our design. All right, what is yours, Kevin? Would you like to share?
So you said for L?
Yeah, L on the left, on the left side in the red.
Okay, I got 22.4.
So 4, so you're a network. So you're designed to work with a large network of people.
Nice. That's kind of shocking.
Yeah, it is going to be shock. Most of this comes as a shock. The 2027 is going to come as a shock. Like it's all like just shock and awe. Like, you know, it's just like on the daily.
Can't we just allow it to be easy? Can't we just make that decision or set that intention?
I love that. Yeah, let it be easy. Creating the possibility of ease and flow. Have you done Landmark, Kevin?
No.
No. Oh, it's great. It reveals your blind spots, and you know, a lot of transformation happens in 3 days. It's great.
I'll look into it.
Yeah, absolutely. The one in San Diego is in I think it's off Miramar Road, where where the pyramid is, the big pyramid.
No.
The big structure building. It's a big pyramid. Anyway. Yeah.
Is it still there? They closed a lot of centers.
Yeah. Well, I don't know exactly if they're still doing live in San Diego, actually. You have to go online. But they
Online,
started
a lot
to
of it
shut
is
down
online.
in 2020, and they went online and virtual. But I think they have it LA, New York, some other major cities. They had a couple in Fort Lauderdale twice a year. So it depends. But it's better in person just because the community.
It's actually, I've heard great things, people that have done it online.
Online's great too, but it's also nice to make friends in person. Yeah. Okay, so what did you say? What number? Something 4?
22.4.
Okay, 22. So 22 is grace and openness. So it's a quality of behavior best suited in handling mundane and trivial situations. And then line 4 is sensitivity. So it's the modification of behavior to enrich interactions. A mediumistic simplicity that rejects elaborate rituals, the possibility of social openness through the rejection of formality, social openness and sensitivity to enrich interactions. And so 22, so you have to look and see where that is in the body, because it's really about like the embodiment of it. 22 is in your emotions, your emotional center. So it is all about the emotions. So your culture is a culture of bringing positive emotions through sensitivity to your people. If that makes sense. And grace and openness. So you're creating a culture of grace and openness to handle mundane things and trivial situations, to handle it with emotion, with an emotional grace and openness and sensitivity and enriching interactions. And you're designed to create a large network. And do you have any thoughts of what that would be? Or
No, not really.
Well, your ideal client and how you lead. So how you're going to lead is going to be through grace, through openness, through an emotional connection, and creating a culture that's surrounded around that, and the sensitivity, enriching interactions, and yeah, grace and openness. So yeah, I mean, you can start to play with it. You can like look up what the 22 is, how it relates. And then each of these has a matching energy. So if you have the 22, but you don't have the other side of it, what becomes very important is finding the person with the other side of that. So I also have the 22, but I don't have the 12. So for me, it's like finding people and connecting people that have the 12, because each side of your each trait needs the other side to create the strength. So finding people to have the other side of it will bring alive that part of your business. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So you're creating a coaching business. Why don't you just kind of ramble or get the marbles out or whatever it is? Like, how could you expand? What do you, off the top of your head, what could you expand into to create a business that would have a network of 15 plus people?
Oh gosh, I have no idea. I have no idea. I need to probably spend some time sitting with this chart and analyzing it to figure that out.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's okay. Um, is there a specific thing that you feel like you could specialize in, like a specific gift or trait or strength that you have that you could bring to your clients or your community or your
Um,
culture?
not that I can think of off the top of my head. Yeah, I guess I kind of want to do like performance coaching for musicians and artists that feel like they're stuck. I guess that's the only thing that's coming to my mind right now.
Performance coaching, so like getting them
Yeah,
out of their head and into their like actually taking action
yeah, exactly.
for artists and musicians. Is that what you said?
Yeah, that's the only
Okay,
thing that's coming to my mind.
interesting. Yeah, well, it can definitely be something that you can journal about. You can kind of, start to synthesize it and look into that number, the 22, and that line 4, and yeah, see kind of how that would play out.
Is the point 4, does that mean line 4? Because I'm not sure what you mean by line
Yes.
4 actually.
Yeah, it's the line.
Sorry.
That's after the decimal.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and then in BG5 it's called the qualities. Qualities, so it's the quality of the trait. They're also called gates, but that's kind of ethereal language when you say a gate. It sounds sort of like out there versus you have a business trait or a trait in your personality, a personality trait. It sounds more grounded. So that's why I like the culture of BG5, because it's very practical language. So yeah, it's technically in BG5, it's called a quality. So after the decimal is a quality. And then would you like to say anything about your network, or Maureen? Or you already said that the team, you mentioned that. How about you, Roman? You are the individual entrepreneur.
Yeah. I don't know. So, I mean, I kind of like with Kevin over there. Like, I kind of want to dissect it, analyze it. But if I'm have heart and to open people up, no, it's definitely something I just have to like discover on my own. Yeah, I think
Yeah. And then what is your number?
one or the. So which one is it? Like, I thought it was. You said line L or P?
It's the L. It's for unconscious personal law and protection.
Okay, it's 27.1.
27.
27.
27 is in the
Nourishment and caring. Yeah, it's funny.
the energy resource. So 27, I actually also have 27-1. And it's caring for yourself first. So it's essentially the selfishness of taking care of yourself before anyone else. So it's the power to care for yourself first. And it's 27 is nourishment and caring. And so, I mean, nourishment for me is I drink green juice every day. I take Juice Plus every day. It's 30 fruits and vegetables in a capsule. I've been taking that for 10 years. It's great for like all the cells and the body. I never get sick anymore. I'm really, really healthy, great immune system. I nourish myself. I drink celery juice. I drink salads. I make green drinks, algae drinks. I mean, I drink a lot of water. I drink really pure water. It's the trait of nourishing yourself. Good sleep. I got off coffee yesterday because I'm trying to work on my sleep. So I'm constantly just like doing things to nourish myself. So it's nourishing yourself. So for you, it's a brand of nourishment, bringing nourishment to your team, to yourself first, and then to your brand, nourishing people, your ideal client, how you lead, and then also your heart, so you can connect people with heart feelings, opening them up, and connecting that when you cleanse your body and you nourish your body, you could actually tap into your heart. When I went through a breakup, and I did a cleanse, and I was so heartbroken, and I was very unhealthy and tired and kind of eating a lot of junk, bad digestion. And I went to the Rock Church, and I got introduced to the nutrition ministry, and that's how I found out about Juice Plus. And little did I know that when I did this 40-day cleanse with the ministry, what happened was I healed my heart. Kind of a side note. Like, I nourished my body and I healed my heart. I healed my emotions by cleansing my body. I did not see that coming. I didn't know that was possible. I mean, I guess if you think about it, the heart's there and the stomach is right there, like they're right next to each other, but I didn't make the connection. But when I cleansed my body and my mind and purified myself, my emotions healed. I was able to let go. There's a powerful tie and connection there. So perhaps you could journal about that.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. And a lot of this is just really, really deep. It's calling us up. It's calling us out. It's speaking to the depth of our soul. We're almost looking at a blueprint of our soul, a map to our soul, our energy, our internal hardwiring. And I think we did actually used to have seven energy centers, like chakras or whatever. But there was a mutation, and we are now no longer 7-centered beings. We're 9. So anyone who talks about chakras is outdated. They need to get into the design system because they're missing a couple energy centers. But I guess that's it for tonight. We went through your culture, your allies, your team, your vocation, your desk work, your brand. We'll get more into your prosperity key next week, and go down through the list. We have your evolution, your health, your unique genius, your secret sauce, your life lesson, your client's secret desire from you, all this good juicy stuff. So we'll be getting more into that, your life lesson, your elevator speech in the next couple of days. So same time, same place, 7 p.m. on the Zoom. And acknowledge you guys for coming and being a part of this, and being authentic, sharing, and lots of success to you. Any last words before we go?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks for your time, Gigi.
Oh, you're welcome. What are your thoughts, Kevin? Was it kind of blow your mind, or what are your thoughts?
I've been introduced to the system before. I didn't really look too much into it, and yeah, I'm getting my mind blown, definitely. And so I'm going to do further analysis of that chart and try to figure out what I resonate with, and try to go in that direction, or actually go in that direction. I mean, no try.
Well, I'm happy to do a career design overview for you on your chart, and we can go through. It's kind of synthesizing it together.
Okay.
I did one for Roman and Maureen, and you guys thumbs up. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'm happy to do that as well. We can talk more.
Sounds good.
Okay, you guys.
Okay.
See you tomorrow.
You guys.
Thanks. Bye.